I don't want to go back to the office. Can I continue working from home? I feel you. Getting up while it's still dark. Ugh. Sitting in traffic. Trying to get through rush hour on the subway. The pandemic has reshaped the way many of us think about our work-life relationship. Working from home has changed employees. Remote work has given so many people a peek at life on the other side of that cubicle. No punishing commute in traffic, more time with the family, more me time. It's no surprise that more people don't want to go back to the office now that the pandemic has loosened its grip on the planet. I get it. Even though I'm self-employed now, I was once part of the workforce. While I loved my job in television journalism, working late hours, 7 days a week wasn't something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Paolo Kernahan here. That's why I started my own business. That proposal I emailed you last week. Is it possible to work remotely forever though? With more companies moving to get workers back on the chain gang, how can folks who got used to the benefits of working from home preserve that way of life, or at least something that closely resembles it? Well, there are many options you can explore if you don't want to go back to the office. Hi, I'm Paolo Kernahan, a former television journalist. Today, I teach entrepreneurs and executives how to get attention, impact, and action with a video-first marketing strategy. Now, this is my personal YouTube channel where I look at life through the lens of an entrepreneur. If you'd like more marketing advice, well, you can check out my No Fuss video channel. You can get the link in the description below. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some ideas for people who want to continue working from home. How can you resist the pull of the bosses who want you back in the office? So the pandemic has loosened its grip, and now the companies out there want to reset the Great Reset. They want to ditch remote work. And you're saying, well, hang on a minute. Let's talk about this. You want to stick with remote work, but the folks who run the gulag where you work, they want you back in your cubicle. Well, all is not lost. You have a few options if you want to stick with working from home permanently. Depending on where you work and what you do, you might be able to negotiate to continue working from home. Now, not all companies are mandating a return to the office. So if you're feeling pressured to clock back in, you can pitch a solid argument for sticking with remote work, even if it's just for a few days each week. It's very important to get clear in your mind, though, what you want your work from home arrangement to look like. Keep in mind, negotiation is a give and take. So ideally, you want to pitch your idea in a way that works for both parties. Next, you want to present your case backed up with data. Companies worry that employees are less productive at home, or even slacking off at the beach when they should be working. You want to show the folks at the office concrete evidence that you are able to stay on target with your tasks. If possible, you want to negotiate as a team or department to continue working from home. Negotiating as a team will help companies look at work from home as a policy rather than individual exceptions. As a team, you can also put together a stronger case for how remote work will be practiced in the context of how together you will deliver on specific targets each month. Now, if you make your case with some solid arguments and you do it as a team, well, you increase the likelihood of success at the negotiating table. Hey, if any of what I'm saying strikes a chord with you, then feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon below so we can continue this entrepreneurial journey together. Now, it's possible that returning to the office for you may be a non-negotiable. If you're being told either you return to duty or don't return at all, well, that doesn't sound like you have a whole lot of wiggle room. In that case, you might want to take Elon Musk's advice. Start looking for a job that's more flexible and in line with your remote work goals. If you really can't find a remote job for your exact position, you may want to consider an office job that's closer to home or one with fewer hours, even if it's with less pay. The trade-off might be worth it to you depending on your priorities. Back in my days as a television reporter, I worked through weekends, I worked through most holidays, even Christmas. I worked early in the morning and late in the evening. I even had to work through lunch breaks. I know what you're thinking, boo-hoo. But the truth is, after a while, those long hours and the workload started to take a toll on me. I also wanted more for myself. I wanted to go back to school, for example, and I knew that would never be possible as a busy television journalist. So I took an opportunity at another television station as the producer and presenter of a morning talk show. I'd get to the office there between 4:30 and 5 a.m. I'd be on air by 6 and done by 8. Now I'd split the rest of the day between booking the show for the rest of the week and going to my classes. See? Now how did my back to school project work out? Well, not so great. It turns out that the college program I was doing wasn't exactly the right fit for me. So that was a total dud. But as a career move, it was absolutely fantastic because what that taught me was to take active control of my career destiny rather than simply following a path laid out for me. Another option, if you don't want to go back to the office but your boss is laying down the law, is to quit your job and start your own business. This one you have to weigh very carefully though. I strongly recommend that you have your finances in order before you burst into your boss's office shouting, "I quit!" In my experience, it's a good idea to have 6 months, not 3 months, but 6 months coverage for bills and expenses. That doesn't include the money that you'll need to invest in your business. You have to do some serious planning before you pull that parachute cord. It may also mean being patient and sticking that job out a little longer before you can give it the old heave-ho. Spending hours on that train or in traffic, going through a long, tiring day. By the time you get back home, you only have enough energy just to flop into bed to face the next day. It's no wonder that people aren't exactly clicking their heels to jump right back into that routine. So if you're one of those people wondering, can you continue working from home? Well, you can approach your company and negotiate continuing that work from home arrangement, or you can look for a more flexible job. And finally, you can quit your job and start your own thing. Either way, it's up to you to take charge of what your working life looks like. So what's it going to be? Resume or resume? How do you feel about going back to the office? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.